Pauline Swift and Georgia Nora for Our World Media Magazine, speaking with a very special gentleman today, OK, who is an international entertainer. And you're from where?
I'm from Ghana.
From Ghana.
Yeah.
Now, being an international entertainer, tell me, how does that feel to be labeled that?
It feels amazing because I've been waiting for this label for the past 19 years, so to finally get the opportunity to be called international, it's awesome. But for the first 10 years of my career, though we played gigs internationally in UK, in France, in America, at the Apollo Theatre in Harlem, in Constitution Hall, my thinking was still very local, because like the Jamaican adage goes, before the cup runneth over, it should be full. Before you dance abroad, you must dance ayard. So I was form of like building my home base to a point where I feel it's enough to spread it with the world, and this is the right time. So getting called an international entertainer is as a dream come true.
That's nice. At what age did you start performing?
I started performing at age 5. So my mom was a teacher, and then she taught me so many indigenous poems. Not I see the moon and the moon sees me. She taught me amazing, deep philosophical poems from intellectual writers. So I would move from one house to the other to tell these poems, and some of the things, or most of the things I said, I did not understand, and even the older people that listened to it did not understand it. But I remember the satisfaction that I got from from entertaining these folks that listened to a 5-year-old's poem gave me a sense of direction that when I grew up, I'll do something in connection with poetry. So fast forward into 91, when I started rap music. I studied some amount of poetry and literature at school. I added that knowledge, and then I realized that rap music was nothing but rhythm in poetry in motion, or poetry with rhythm. So to cut a long story short, I started, and then professionally, that's the story, but professionally, my first album came out in 1997 with the group Okyeame. So professionally, I started producing music and getting on stage from 1997. But between that, I was doing my thing from 1970 something.
Okay.
Yes.
What does your mother think of you?
My mom, my mom thinks I'm a gentleman. Yeah, because she out of all her children, whenever she needed to send somebody, even at 1 midnight, she called me. I would not say anything. I'll wake up and go and do it. So she thinks I'm not troublesome. I'm a gentleman. But currently, for what I've been able to achieve for myself as an artist, she's very proud of me.
That's nice.
Yes.
I see you have a very fashionable style of dressing.
Oh, thank you.
Is there a special person that designs your clothes?
I don't have a special person, but I have so many young people who come to me. They say, I've made this nice jacket, I've made this shoe, I've made this bracelet, can you wear it for me? So some of them will be Rios, a young fashion teacher, but he always wants me to wear his clothes.
Yeah, because you're Joe, look at this gorgeous piece of jewelry. It's beautiful.
Thank you. So this one was made, it was actually stringed by my stylist. His name is Mohammed.
Oh, okay.
So he made it for me. He said, you're going to America, wear something African so you can stand out. So he made this one for me. Yes.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you. And then apart from Rios, there's a brantier, that means a gentleman. And apart from a brantier, Selena Bebb, she makes my accessories, makes these things, and then she makes my accessories. So many people make different things for me, so I don't have one person that designs for me.
Okay. George, what do you think?
Wow, very interesting.
Thank you.
Should I call you Okyeame?
Oh, it's okay to call me okay.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yes.
When I had the name Kwame, it reminds me of Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana.
Yes.
Who is not only legendary, in terms of politics, but someone that he attended Lincoln University, if
yes.
I'm correct, with
yes.
Dr. Mahmoud Azikiwe of
true.
Nigeria and Thurgood Marshall.
Yes.
So we're really pleased to have you here at our World Media Studios and welcome you to the United States. What brings you to the United States at this time? Do you have a tour? Do you plan some performances?
The performances will be in summer. So this year I have school, or I had school from January till June 27th, when I'll be done with my master's in strategy.
Oh, wow.
So when God willing, I'm able to finish on the 27th. The whole summer I'll be performing at the Cannes Festival in France, and then I'll perform in Holland, and then we'll come back to the US to come and do performances throughout the whole summer, God willing. And so this 2 weeks that I've spent here was to promote, or to also kickstart the OK experience, so that when I come back, it's not this time that I'm going to advertise and let people know that I'm interested in sharing my music and sharing my passion with them. So this period I've been doing radio interviews, television interviews, and then also industry intro performances. Like yesterday I did a performance for the New York media at the Standard Hotel, and it was amazing. And then I've also done SOBs, but these are pocket-sized performances to spread the word around that I'm in town and I'm coming to take their money and share my experience.
Wonderful. That's nice. Wow.
Can you tell me a little bit about One Mic Entertainment?
Okay. The One Mic Entertainment is it's a record label that I run with my wife. It's also a talent agency. So we find talent and we develop it. We take time to develop it, teach artists how to do interviews, how to carry themselves, how to hone their talents, how to specialize, area of branding, positioning, targeting. And then when they are ready, we put them out, or we give them to record labels who are into marketing artists. So on One Mic Entertainment, we've recorded award-winning artists like Morris, Babyface, The Brothers, and so many of them. And One Mic Entertainment, as a record label and a talent agency, grew and developed a new wing called Firm Bridges Communications, which is an advertising agency. So we have an online blog. We do advertising for companies like Coca-Cola and MTN, and we are sort of branching into advertising because my wife, who is my partner, has a master's degree in marketing, and she's amazing at it. She's strong.
I need to meet your wife.
Yes, you have to. You are all short. Both of you. Yes, you have to meet my wife. So she's an amazing. My wife can sell water to the well and fire in hell. So so we work together, and that is the experience that she brings to bear, because she worked at Guinness Ghana Limited, and she also worked as employer brand specialist at Unilever for a long time. So when she joined my creativity, everything that is possible, it's like handball. We just touch everything that is possible. The ones that we fail at, we make it a teaching process. When we succeed, we develop it.
Sounds nice.
That is good.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
George.
So it seems like your message, your music and message, has gone international.
Yes.
What is the main theme that you convey when you sing or try to, spread the love or message in your music? What is one central thing that you try to convey to the world?
It's purely based on positive, conscious energy. Everything, whether I'm talking about life, I'm talking about love, I'm talking about go out there and get what you want, inspiration, whatever I say, the threshold of it is built on consciousness, and positive energy. Because as we're on the road, I'm on the way here, I was telling my sister-in-law that yesterday we were doing a photo shoot, and the photographer asked me to pretend that I was sad or I was scared. And immediately I put my hands on my head and I took the photo. My brain immediately assimilated that mood and I became sad. So whatever it is that we decide to let happen to us is what happened to us. So it's all in our heads. We can turn it off or we can turn it on. So these are some of the things that you can hear in my music. So even when I'm talking about pure love, I'm discussing organic love. It's not platonic. It's not when I'm rapping about love, I'm rapping about relationships. I'm not talking about I'll sleep with you, let's go and dance, twerk for me. No, I'm talking about when you've spent 20 years of your life with me and my face is wrinkled and I'm getting a hip bone replacement. Please continue to love me. So almost everything that I do is now based on moving consciousness to a higher plane.
That's wonderful. Great. William?
I was watching some of your videos, and I see that you have a lot of a style of reggae. Where did that come in at?
You know, Ghana and the islands we are like together because the last set of slaves that were sent to America, by the time they got to America, slavery was abolished. So they sent them to an island. And when you go to Jamaica, the owl is called Patu. In my language, the owl is called Patu. You know, so technically, Ghana and Jamaicans are the same people. Still eat the same food. We have similar attitude. We have similar cultures. And because they were not broken when they got to America, they still kept their spirit.
Yeah, because I see it in your music.
Yes. So every music that is made, so when you go to Ghana, 90% of the songs made in Ghana will have the reggae strike in it. Because the reggae music has influenced Ghanaian music a lot, especially gospel music. All of them are reggae. But yes, yeah, the gospel music, most of them are reggae. You know, so there's a big influence of Jamaican music currently or always in Ghana.
Because
you know, always.
I was watching one of your videos yesterday, and I said to my son, "Are you sure he's from Ghana?" Yeah.
Yes,
because
yes.
I could see and feel the Jamaican.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's a very, very big influence, and almost every now and then the Jamaican band is playing at the stadium. The Jamaican artists feel that Ghana is home, so they keep coming. And you know, though they are small, their impact on the world music scene is very huge. You know, so they are a sort of inspiration for us to think. Because I used to argue with my manager that, I'm not able to break out into the world because Ghana is so small, and then the person will say, how about Jamaica? There are only 3 million people. But look at what they've done, you know. So the Jamaican influence from the angle of positivity and good vibes music is, so, you know, so it's always been a part of our music. Now the top 3 musicians in my country who are like older and more legendary will be Amachi Dede, Kwejuentwi, and Daddy Lumba. They all play reggae music, all of them, you know. So there's a certain, and these are the musicians that are influencing your style growing up. So they will influence you with their influences.
Very nice, George.
So that brings me to an important aspect of what you do. Besides music, entertainment, I know you have a foundation.
Yes.
What is this foundation about? You know, can you just elaborate for us?
Okay, so final year university, a lecturer argued that we don't have 5 senses, we only have 1 sense. So the sense of touch, feel, smell, hear, all that is nonsense. Because if sound doesn't touch your eardrum, you can't hear anything. If food doesn't touch your tongue, you can't taste. If light from your eyes is not touching your environment, you can't see. If something is not touching, so there's only one sense, which is touch. That is why it is important that no matter what you are doing, you need to touch somebody. After that lecture in a critical thinking class, it opened my imagination to a lot of things. So it made me feel very useless. That all these great songs I've done and the awards I've taken, I've not physically gone down there to touch somebody. So I started an NGO called the Okyeame Kwame Foundation, and then saw a problem in the health delivery system, that hepatitis B, 1 out of every Ghanaian was exposed to it. It kills more than 500,000 people a year in the world, and it is the disease that's called the stealthy killer. But the government of Ghana wasn't doing much about it, so I decided to use my connections and my influence as a hip life artist to bring awareness to hepatitis. So that year we started with free screening, and then we realized that the government did not even have a policy document protecting or to guide people who were into hepatitis advocacy. So we started pushing the government to form a document, and then we started adding vaccination, because we saw that hepatitis was a preventable disease. But so if you screen somebody, you test the person's blood, you say you are negative, go. The person will go and still go and do something and contract it. So when we tested you and we saw that you were negative, we'll give you free vaccination so that you are protected for life, And then after giving the vaccination, we realized that pregnant women who were poor had the propensity to pass it on to their children. So the pregnant women that will come to these screenings will have to find money to buy them a medicine called immunoglobulin, so that when immediately they drop their children, they give them the shot so that the children don't contract it. Now, so between that time and now, which is 7 years, I've, with my team, given free hepatitis screening and vaccination to 7,500 people.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
I take my hat off to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So I'm also a member of the World Hepatitis Alliance, and on the 28th of July, which is coming next month, every 28th of July is World Hepatitis Day. So we try to make it a national event. We try to get doctors to go to radio stations to talk about it a week before, and then we organize a clinic to use it as a flagship program to bring media attention so that we can spread the word. Beyond that, we are into inspiration for the, graduate unemployment is very, very huge in Ghana because of so many private universities. So every year, more than 100,000 students graduate from first degrees, and less than 10% of them will find jobs. So the 90% that do not find jobs, we have something that we organize for them for free before they come out of school. I use my experience to tell them that they can find artists, they can find shoemakers, they can find people who make hats, dressmakers, and use the knowledge that they've had from being able to think at a certain degree to collaborate, because that's the new paradigm for business, not competition, to collaborate and then do something together, like Rolls and Royce, So we do that too through the university. That's one thing that takes like 3 months of my time, the whole year, going from university to university, talking, doing paperwork to make sure they give you the opportunity to speak directly. We also do advocacy for people with disability in Ghana. So we fight for them. We push the government to make sure that the nation is disability friendly, and we fight for them for that. We use the Paralympics team as a flagship icons to show people with disability that you should not go out there and beg. You find them in the streets, city circles, begging in traffic, So if we have Olympic medalists, we have business developers, we have, professionals, we find ways of putting them out there on television, in the newspapers, so that they will become icons for them. So this is some of the things that Okyeame Kwame Foundation does.
You do a lot of things.
Thank you.
Please tell me, how do you balance
What's the question?
your professional life with your family life and giving back to the different communities throughout the world? How do you do this?
To tell you the truth, this is the team that does it. I just take the award for it. I have an amazing team. I have a team of about 17 people. Used to be 11. We just hired 5 more of 17 people that do the work. So there's a graphic designer, there's a brand person, we have a publicist, I have a videographer, I have a journalist, I have a project manager, a sales manager, as a team. And we have a long-term plan, developed a long-term strategy to balance it off, because no matter what happens, family is more important than anything. So I also schedule to leave my weekends to spend time with my family, because if I don't take care, by the time my children are old enough to reason with me, they will not know me. So I take time off to. Plus, the other thing is that my wife is the head of the whole team, and it is in her interest that I succeed. It is in her interest that I'm able to become that better person that she wants me to be.
That's beautiful.
Exactly. So it's not me, it's a collaborated effort. It's a collaborated effort. Honestly, my team really, really works hard. They work hard. Last night, I got home around 2 midnight. That will be 5 o'clock in Ghana in the morning. They were on the WhatsApp group sending messages across, working on everything that I'm doing here.
I see you love what you do.
I do.
So I guess that what motivates you and give you the energy to just keep on moving.
Exactly. That is it. That is it. I love what I do.
So what is the greatest challenges, obstacle for an artist such as yourself coming from Africa, against the background of, the things going on around the world, what is it? And how can those be overcome?
The biggest challenge is not in the world. The biggest challenge for an artist is in my country. And that is perception. Perception that the artist will abuse drugs. He will destroy his family. He will drop out of school. Perception that he will waste resources. And this, because of this perception, no matter how intelligent, how good intentions, the number of good intentions you have, how much you want to help the society, people are looking at you with one eye. Making sure that, knowing that, this guy, he's helping these people not because he wants to help, he wants to become popular, So everything that you do, people look at you with one eye, one closed eye, thinking that you have an intention behind the intention. And then they are also waiting for you to fail. I remember that when I got married 5 years ago, which was 2 years into my marriage, I did a TV interview, and then this beautiful TV host said, to all the girls who are saying Okyeame is looking nice, don't worry, he just got married, but it won't be long. So with this, and this is something that she's saying on TV, knowing that people watching him know that it's going to be an amazing wedding and an amazing breakup for the tabloids to enjoy. So the people sort of enjoy the troubles that the artist goes through. But the artist himself has contributed to this perception by not being a total amazing role model, not building his iconography to a point where people know, okay, artists are troublesome. This one is different. So that perception makes it difficult for you to even get for bills, and if you are lobbying in parliament to make sure something is done for the artist, corporate Ghana will take advantage of the artist because of this perception. People sort of like it that the artist is not as powerful as he should be, so that they can take advantage of him. And with that said, it makes it very difficult for the artist to even break the yoke in his country, for his music and his art and his personality to spill over to the world. Because even back home, they are expecting him to fail. How would they push him? So that perception is great. But at the business level, plugging in, finding the right people who understand the music and the rhythm and the spirit of what you are doing back home and bringing it to other parts of the world, that is also a big challenge. It's something that we've been looking for people to work with for so long. It is now that we found Bethany and Gary, and I got the opportunity that now my publicist studied here in America, so she also understands what she's doing. But the language of selling art in America is totally different from how we sell art in Ghana or how it's sold in Senegal, and even the sound. So all these things are challenges, but I believe that with professionalism and creating that organic, uncompromised product, which is the music, that people can actually feel and tap into, everything is possible.
Wow.
That's good. Great. That's great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have one final question. It's a question and a statement.
Okay.
I heard that you're going to be doing something with WBLS Radio tomorrow.
Yes.
Can you tell the audience a little bit about what you'll be doing?
Okay, so tomorrow, I'm going to perform and do an interview with, what's his name? Lenny Green. Yes. I think it's a slow jam, love romantic program.
Yes, it is.
Yes, so I'm going to be performing, and then I don't know why they put me on a slow jam show, because I'm not that Mr. Lover like that. But so there will be live performance, and then after the performance, I'll do an interview with them, and then I think it's just an amazing opportunity for the world to hear my music and for my music to move on, and the love that my music presents to the world to be enjoyed and experienced.
That's good. Now tell the audience, how can we get in contact with you if of course we want to.
Yes, thank you. I think first I used to say Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, but I just put my name in Google. Just Google my name, Okyeame Kwame, Okyeame Kwame, or just write OK Ghana Music. Most of the things I've done will come up, and then you can. But if you want to spend time with me on Twitter, it's Okyeame Kwame Bra, B-R-A. Or on Facebook, it's www.facebook.com/OkyeameK. On Instagram, it's also Okyeame Kwame Bra. You can find me on LinkedIn, or you can go to iTunes to buy my music. My music is on almost every popular music streaming site. You can buy the music, you can listen to it, and you can but when you follow me on Facebook or on Twitter, talk to me. I'm that same guy with the phone talking to people. I don't have someone to do it for me. So it's not like I can't pay, but I want to interact with my fans. So if you want to teach me something, or to ask a question, whatever, you get to do it with me directly. So.
Well, you're really a reach out and touch guy.
Exactly. It's key. It's key.
Okay. Anything that you would like?
No, that's just about it,
Thank you, OK, for coming on our show, our World Media, with Georgia Noro and Pauline Swift. Please check us out. And don't forget, see you soon.